I just felt defeated. I felt defeated. I didn't know how to talk to brands confidently. Afterwards, I was like, we've done multiple 15K deals. My friend, he'd never made more than $500 from a sponsor. I was like, just do this method. I showed him the book. I was like, read this. And he closed him at $35K for 6 events.
Dude, that is absolutely insane. All right, Doc. You're an alum of Sponsored Games, our in-person event to help creators make more money with sponsorships. Tell me a bit about like where you were coming into the event and like some of the mindset shifts after experiencing it.
All right, so going to the event, I had the book. I was thinking about what I should be doing with it, but I hadn't closed any long-term deal, and I felt like disillusioned. I was like, I can go there. You know what? I'll tell you the truth. We did not talk about this. I was like, I don't think I can really make money on sponsors, but if I can win the games, I can make money off of that. And then it will be worth it.
Because we got a cash prize, yeah.
I was like, yeah, I mean, the rest will be great, but like, I think I can go in and win that. And then going and looking at the steps, I was like, man, like, I feel like I could actually do this. And then we talked about this at the event. I was getting emails, and I was actually trying to practice or put in place what I was learning during the games and the different rounds. And I was like, okay, maybe there's something here. So yeah, coming in, like, I was just here for the quick money. And then going out, I was like, this feels sustainable. Like, this feels like I can actually do this with my business long term.
That's crazy, man. All right, so you came into it from the side door, through the window. What was it like being around other creators who were like all trying to do this same thing? Like, did that help unlock anything?
Absolutely, because I think I get too much in my head when I'm by myself or people that are not creators. So when I'm talking about sponsorship in general, they're just like, too much, or I don't think so. And so there's a lot of self-doubt. But when I'm with creators, number one, I'm seeing different creators actually like make the deals that I want to have. And everyone was so supportive. I was like, yeah, like I can actually make this happen. So in the games, there were so many people at different levels. There were some people just starting. There was experts now trying to get into it. And then there's established brands that have been doing great 6-figure deals and beyond. And so it felt like the steps were smaller than I thought.
So tell me more about some of the hesitations or objections or feelings like, I don't know if sponsorships are for me, or I've tried it before and it didn't work, or like, you obviously were optimistic enough to come and buy a ticket and attend, but like, where was your mindset like coming in of like some of the struggles that you had experienced?
The struggles, I just felt defeated. I felt defeated because I didn't know how to talk to brands confidently or the right questions. So when the first any kind of pushback or rejection, I felt like, yeah, that like it reaffirmed everything. It was like, oh, my audience isn't big enough, or my views aren't enough to command this amount. And I just always thought it was a zero-sum game. Like, either I have enough, either they're like yes or no.
And so after starting to go through some of the games, the pitch game, the negotiate game, the contract game, where did the kind of renewed sense of confidence come in to arm you with new and different things to say in these conversations?
So I think it was the hot seats. I want to see in the hot seats and how people negotiate and how they were going through it. And then also like just understanding the R.O.P.E method and understanding different things in real time, seeing that. And then also hearing the other creators like, oh, that felt bad, or like, oh, I did good. I was like, okay, they're feeling just like what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And like, now I can do something about it. So I think that was the unlock of, I'd never done tiers before. I'd never felt comfortable to just like push the envelope. And then like that was afterwards, I was like, nope, like I'm going to do this. And like, yeah, it changed everything.
What were like one or two kind of surprising or unique things that you experienced at the event that you weren't anticipating?
How much I enjoyed everyone. Like, so when I went in there, I was thinking games. I was like, I got to check out competition. But everyone was so nice and supportive and really having time one-on-one to talk to you and see what's going on. Like, I thought that was outstanding. There was an eclectic mix of so many people. There was copywriters. There was ones that were great at short form, long form, ones that are just getting started, podcasters. There were so many different things I could take away. And then that was just amazing. Yeah. And then we kept in touch. We still have a group chat on Instagram.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So everyone was like, where are we going next? Or like, are you going to this conference and things like that? So I was like, I was not expecting that.
I feel like sometimes as creators, it can feel almost low-key a bit competitive because it's like there's only so much money to go around. Like, this brand has this much budget and I hope I can get it, but I don't want this person to get it. And I do feel like the vibe at Sponsors Games is like rising tides float all boats, and everyone was just like super smart, even though it was a competition, and there was the cash grand prize that apparently you were really trying to win. You can still be supportive in that environment, and I love to see it. Any big wins that you can share after the event of deals that you landed?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all my deals. So a couple different ones. I got a couple deals, and friends of mine, when I told them about like, you just have to do this. You just have to do this. So before the games, I'd never able to get more than a month deal or one video deal. And since then, all of my deals, I would say all except one, have been 6-month or 12-month deals.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, that's insane. To what do you attribute the difference? Like, to be able to articulate that to the brand?
It was really, number one, there was a part that you were talking about, and you know what? It's in the book, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You were talking about, I'll never forget, it was on stage and you were talking about that it's not a contentious relationship. You have to be on the same side of the brand. When I went into the positioning and talking, that's what it really changed, was how can I make it a win for you? How can I make it a win for me? And everyone's on the same page. I thought that was really impactful. That was number one. And number two, it was giving them choices of the tiers. And for me, having the lowest tier, or being comfortable with a number and then going up, like having a starting point and then going up. I would always have one huge number. I'm like, they got to do it. Like, if not, like, I'm not doing it. And that allowed everyone, like, it anchored the conversation. And then if there was like, hey, we like all those things, what if we did for this price point outside of this? What are we looking at? With that, we've done multiple 15K deals. Then also, I keep going on, maybe I told you this, maybe not. It was a speaking gauge, but I just used the R.O.P.E method for that. And so I was like, what's your budget for speaking? And then they're like, well, and I was like, do you have money from a different department? And they're like, yeah, actually we do. I was like, this is amazing. So it was using all the tactics with other things. So we did those things, and then we have two other big ones, hopefully. They're in the last part before they're getting signed. And then two of my friends, one, he is a influencer on Facebook, and he's always complaining no one hits him up, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yo, put your email and say that you're doing, like, you're open for sponsorship. Put your email address, right? And don't hear from him for months. And I was like, hey, what's going on, man? He's like, oh, you know what? Someone hit me up, and I got a 12K deal with this company. Did it again. He has two deals, so he got 24K. And just local. He's a local creator in a small town, and it was just because of that one thing in the bio. And then one more, my friend, he was doing a meetup in New York. He'd never made more than $500 from a sponsor, and he's like, you think we should, like, I was like, don't even do $500. Don't do it one time. I was like, say multiple events. I was like, just do this method. I showed him the book. I was like, read this. And he closed him at $35K for 6 events.
Dude, that is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, it's so fulfilling to me to hear that, like, you are now entrenched or ingrained in this methodology, that you're able to, like, share some of the methodologies with your friends. Like, that's what it's all about, man. Yeah. Helping everyone in this community, because when we're all empowered and we can collectively educate brands on, like, why they should value working with partners, that helps everyone, right? So, dude, I appreciate you for your service. And if anyone's out there listening or watching, you want to come to Sponsor Games, you heard it from Doc here first.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm going back again. Like,
dude.
Because like it was that good, because actually at the end of the event, I think we were just talking to different ones, like, would we go again? And I was like, yeah. Like, yeah, we'd go again. And the games are a great starting point, but like everything around it 10x my expectations of what the event was going to be. So can't wait to go
huge. Dude,
next year.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.